realtor, we hold ourselves to a higher standard of performance and professionalism.
Today's attribute is knowledge. So, Cindy, we have one statewide, provided by the Arizona Realtors, purchase contract for residential homes. And I'm always surprised when I receive maybe a cash offer, but they didn't skip Section 2, which pertains to financing. Or maybe in this market condition, they're waiving their rights to an appraisal, but they wrote something in Section 8 instead of using the additional clause addendum. You know, knowing the contract kind of inside and out, it's the only one that we utilize, is one of the most basic pieces of showing your professionalism and best taking care of your clients.
So true, Susan. You know, the other thing is, it's really important when you're telling people things that you tell them what you know, and if you don't know something, you don't tell them just what you think. You tell them, I'm going to look into that and I'll get back to you. Because so many times we feel this need to give an answer, and it's totally okay to tell a client, I'm just not really sure, I'll get back to you on that, or let me look into it, I'll get back to you right away. And then, of course, you have to get back to them right away once you do that.
Yeah, and you know, a true professional stays inside their lane. There are areas where you have a lot of experience and a lot of expertise, and there are areas that most likely you don't. And when those situations come up, you tap a mentor. You ask somebody to give you the guidance. Maybe that's your broker. Maybe that's another realtor that you're going to pay a referral fee to, but you definitely want to stay in the lane of where your knowledge is, because your clients think that you have that knowledge.
It's, you know, you have the relationship. It's totally okay to say to a client, you know, I'm not an expert in land, but I'm going to connect us with an expert in land to help us out on this deal. Or I'm not an expert in commercial. Those are areas that sometimes we tend to want to help a client and not lose the client, but if we don't have the expertise, we can get them or ourselves into problems in a transaction.
You know, and speaking of not having the expertise, how many times are we asked questions that are not within the scope of our licensing, right? I mean, I personally do not like numbers enough to have become a CPA, but my clients think that I have this knowledge, and even if I did have this knowledge, it's outside of the lane of what I am licensed to advise on. So some of my best knowledge are the contacts that are inside my cell phone, because when they ask me questions that I know I should not answer, or that I don't have the knowledge to answer, I'm smart enough to know, get them to a professional who can.
It's so true. I mean, just referring them to a CPA and saying, that's a great question. Let me connect you with my CPA so that he can give you the detailed answers you're looking for. And so many times I'll say to people, look, it depends on your own tax situation and your total picture. So we want you to be talking to somebody who's really knowledgeable in that area.
Yeah, I think being the source of the source never, ever makes you look like you are not on top of your game. Professionals, that's who we are.